Hi everybody, Shanna with Apogee of the Moon, bringing you a weekly forecast for December 28th through January 3rd. So in terms of the number of aspects or the quantity of aspects, we don't have a whole lot. However, we do have eclipse activation. And so Venus is going to be coming through and squaring Neptune around the same time that she comes into a conjunction with the South Node. Neptune is currently squaring the nodes. So that's a thing right now. And then we're going to have Mercury coming into a sextile at the end of the week with Neptune as well. So there's a lot of Neptunian, dreamy, escapist kind of energy going on. So I will jump in, share my screen, so we can talk about this. There we go. So what this is on December 30th, and then subsequently the 31st, we have Venus squaring Neptune and conjunct the South Node. So this is a activation for the eclipse that happened in November and December. Yes, so the lunar eclipse that happened and the solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse that happened. So this is an activation point for the eclipse. So with Venus in square to Neptune, the approach of this aspect can see disillusionment in relationships. It could be fogginess and confusion around finances. This on the other end, this can be like the rose-colored glasses effect, where people are consciously choosing to wrap themselves in the fog of romantic daydreams and seaside picnic escapes in their mind's eye, or indulging a little bit or escaping reality. Squares to Neptune are interesting because it's not a tangible escape. This could be drugs, this could be alcohol, this could be binge watching Netflix. It could be anything to escape the mundane everyday world. So everyone, with everything that's going on, enjoy a little bit, but I would say don't overdo it. You want to try and stay grounded in the here and now, in the physicality of everything, with this element of this square. However, on a different end of it, this is a highly creative energy. So this is not good for really grounded, solid relationships. So if you're meeting someone this week, take it with a grain of salt. They're probably not who they say they are, or you're not seeing them very clearly. There's a sense here that what you're seeing is what you want to see. It's not the reality or the gravity of the actual situation. It's something that's more made up in your head. Neptune either gives the illusion to a relationship or completely dissolves a relationship. So, it's not like an explosive energy or anything like that. It's Neptunian, it's flowing, it's freeing, it's kind of escaping and whatnot. So the way it goes will matter based on how solid your relationship is. If you're in a relationship or you're looking to start a relationship, I would say wait until the square has passed before you decide that you're going to go ahead, because there might be something that you're not seeing clearly right now. So don't put a larger than life goal for your partner to attain with this square. Don't make solid plans, concrete plans, or anything like that. I would say steer clear of relationships or finances, and don't overspend or anything like that, because you could wind up facing remorse, right? Buyer's remorse. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. And so there is that. And don't put those rose-colored glasses on, because chances are, if you are starting a relationship with someone, you're going to see them as bigger than life, and they are just human. They're not Superman or Wonder Woman. So steer clear of it, and steer clear of any issues around finances until after the square is passed. I would say lean more into the creativity of this, and like piece of art, poetry, love sonnets, right? I mean, music, anything that, dancing, anything that is fun and you can escape reality, but it's not going to be detrimental to your health. I mean, dancing and music and all that, no, it raises your vibration, right? So I would say lean more into those, maybe even beautifying something in your home, or taking, taking something old that you have in your house and creating something brand new with it, could be a thing with this. Now, when Venus does come into the conjunction on the following day with the South Node, just after squaring Neptune, with Neptune being in square for this long of a period with the nodes, this whole period itself has been, blanketed in fogginess and confusion, lies, deceit. I mean, intentional or unintentional. And this is about what you need to let go of, because letting go of something from the past and moving towards the future, right? That's what this is, with the nodes themselves. With Venus in the mix conjunct the South Node and highlighting that that eclipse energy that we just had. This is a karmic conclusion, or a karmic letting go, or a karmic return, right? So depending on what's going on in your life, you'll be able to gauge and see what's going on. For others, it can be the manifestation of something that they've been that they've been longing for, that they've been wanting, that they've been trying to manifest. This actually activation with Venus itself can see the manifestation of something from the past coming back and being able to be resolved and whatnot. But again, though, there is the fogginess surrounding the events. There could be an ambivalence towards, what's happening for us right now, or, for us, not to us, but for us. The good thing, though, is that later in the week, Mercury will come into a sextile with Neptune. And so Mercury working with Neptune is a supportive aspect from the more grounded, practical, driven Mercury that's in Capricorn right now, can see us using our creativity and artistic flair to accomplish something with someone, or just us accomplishing something on our own. The perceptions of the world around us could take on an undercurrent of noticeability, right? And by that, I mean that we can notice the little things that people do and say. So one of the things that I would say, that to try and put it in terms that people can understand, is, how in like all the Superman movies, Superman goes way up high in the atmosphere and kind of closes his eyes and opens his ears and just listens to everything that's going on in the world, to be able to hone in on what it is that he needs to take care of or help with, or something like that. So this is like the sifting through all the noise, to hone in on exactly the right thing to go after, or the right thing to implement, or to work on, and leaving anything that's not copacetic. So our communication on this day can steer towards the mystical, but with a more practical application to it, right? Because Mercury is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is very practical. This could see people, this could see some people with the sextile learning about the mystical and the magical, and, learning about spirituality, or learning about even astrology or anything like that. Using this to our advantage will require us to use that more intuitive Neptunian ability to perceive the world around us, instead of being more in the practical linear kind of thinking. But using that practical linear thinking could shed light on, right? So it's kind of like a dual thing, where you still need to use your intuition, but you can still think logically doing this. And maybe if we can slow down enough, we may be able to see things we may be able to make connections where we weren't able to make them before, right? So, you know, with that Mercury in Capricorn, everything that's mystical, magical, spiritual, or occult driven would be a good utilization of this energy as well. So that is the general overview. And so for each sign, we can dive in. So for Aries and for Aries rising, the square with Venus, with the Venus conjunct the South Node is happening in your 9th house, squaring Neptune in your 12th house. So what this can mean is that there is some type of karmic completion with, you know, with something maybe traveling or moving even. Aries, some Aries people are moving. Some Aries people are doing their yeah, sorry, I just got distracted. I got to shut my phone off here. Woo! It's no Neptunian, huh? All over the place. So the Venus with the South Node in the 9th house, this is activating the eclipse point. This could be relationships or finances, something coming back from the past that needs to be brought up to you know, to deal with, or something from the past coming back to haunt you, really, with that square to Neptune in the 12th house. Maybe there could be a resolution of something, or maybe there is you know, a hospital visit that happens, or, you know, something like that, because the 9th house and the 12th house do have connotations to hospitals and doctors and things like that. With the sextile happening from your 10th to your 12th, you know, maybe this is something that's going on for you in a more public situation. Maybe this is, you know, you getting clarity on things that have been kind of confusing or foggy or anything like that. And maybe this is you working with those 12th house institutions to get a better understanding of what's going on with that 9th house, with your higher viewpoint, you know, the view of God, universe, the world around you, you know, your higher education, your higher perspective of life in general. Or maybe you're moving to a place that's out in the middle of nowhere, and you're leaving your job, right? So that Mercury in the 10th house in sextile to Neptune in the 12th, that could see people maybe taking a job behind the scenes as well. So there is that. And then for Taurus and for Taurus rising, with Venus with the South Node in the 8th house, squaring Neptune in the 11th, this, I don't really like this one for you guys, sorry. The 8th house is, this could be a relationship, this could be an ending to a relationship, like the death of a relationship, not to scare you, because maybe there's something going on with your social life or your mutual friends that you associate with that comes to light, and there's, you know, there's been a bit of confusion about it, there's been a bit of, you know, whatnot about it. But with that Mercury coming into a sextile with Neptune, you have a higher understanding of the events and what happened and where it happened and what went wrong, and that more pragmatic, practical kind of energy, being able to see clearly and understand this is why this happened and this is why this is coming back around for you. This with Venus in the 8th house as well, you know, with that South Node, this could also see a relationship coming back. This could see like wills of some kind, I would say, or insurance payouts of some kind. This could be taxes also, if you're a Taurus rising, you know, more Taurus rising than sun or moon, but this is, you know, your 8th house. This could see you, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? This could see like something to do with taxes coming back, having to do with the groups and organizations, or even the money from your career, right? Because the 11th house is second from the 10th. So it's the money that you make from your career as well, if you use derivative house systems. And so being the 8th house, this could also be your partner having to rely on your money from your 11th house as well, because that's where you merge with other people. This could be will payouts. Maybe you're part of a group where, or even a litigation with that, that Mercury sextiling Neptune from the 9th house. This could be a litigation of some kind, or a what are they called? Class action. This could be a class action lawsuit coming to completion or something like that, where you're involved with other people and you're trying to get recompensation from something that happened with that 8th house. So that is for Taurus and for Taurus rising. For Gemini and for Gemini rising, Venus with the South Node is in your 7th house, squaring Neptune in your 10th. So there could be something going on with either your clients or your close personal one-on-one relationships, your business partners, your significant others, anyone that you have a contract with. And squaring Neptune in the 10th, there's this confusion as to what's going on with your career, about how you're known out in the world. There could be like a fogginess, a more Neptunian kind of issue surrounding how it is that you're known out in the world or what you're doing out in the world. But you're gonna get some clarity with that 8th house of maybe partnering with someone to be able to get a better understanding of what's going on with your relationships, with your contacts and your clients and your one-on-one relationships, from that 8th house to the 10th as well, of understanding, okay, well, this is where things went wrong. This is what we need to change. This is why, I've been having so many issues getting out there and being known and being seen out in the world. But then the 8th house is also, 8 to the 10th. This is possibly a partnership coming back from the past in order to make changes to that career, in order to be known in a different way, or dissolve something, in partnership with other people, and get the payout and whatnot that you need from that as well. So because that 8th house is inheritance taxes, death, insurance, things like that. Mercury is making a sextile to Neptune, towards those middle end degrees of Capricorn, and that's Mercury's going to be ping, ping, ping to the to where all the conjunctions happen. So there's definitely this sense that there's a finalization, a completion, something is coming back from the past in terms of relationship, and how you're known out in the world is kind of up in the air and kind of shifting and moving and not able to be really pinned down, because maybe there's something going on in partnership that's been that's confusing and that's coming back. Maybe a previous partner is coming back and saying, no, you can't do this because this affects me in such a way. So there could be that for Gemini and for Gemini risings. For Cancer and for can't talk today. For Cancer and for Cancer rising people, this Venus with the South Node in your 6th house is in square with Neptune in your 9th house. So this could be, a health issue coming back into your life, or a routine that needs to come back into your life in order to help you get a better understanding of what's going on with that 9th house. Because with Neptune traveling through your 9th house, your mindset, your view of the world, and your view of, how your higher view of the world, right? Like your views on religion and God and, just the world around you and how the world around you truly is, has been going through that really Neptunian transformation of maybe you're not quite understanding what's going on, and you're not getting a good, clear picture of what it is that you should believe in. On the other end of that, this could be, transcending and with that with that ninth house, this could be more the spiritual end that's been going on with your ninth house, with Neptune there transiting. I mean, with, you know, with Pisces is the ruler of your ninth house anyway. This is definitely a very transcendent belief in God, the universe, the world around you. It's very much the connectedness of everything else anyway. So with this Venus square from the 6th, this could be either a health issue that needs to be resolved, or this could be, you know, this could be this could be acts of service that are coming back around for reevaluation with that South Node. Something is coming back from the past that is going to change your mindset about, you know, the world around you. But there's a little bit of this fogginess and this confusion as to how it's going to look, or what it's going to look like, or what you're going to do going forward. Maybe you're thinking you need more education, but in reality, once things start to move on, and once, you know, Venus is off her square, there's you know, there could be money issues surrounding health and, you know, ninth house institutions, which are doctors and whatnot. So doctors do have that ninth house, and with Neptune there, just be careful, I would say, with this square with Venus and square with Neptune, of substance and substances. This could be very much like just be careful with substances. I mean, controlled or not, you know, just be very careful with them. With Mercury in sextile, though, your partners, your partnerships, your clients, your close one-on-one relationships, your, you know, your contractual partnerships, right? Like your husband or your wife, your business partners, your clients, there could be an offering of support from someone that is a contractual partner for you, to that higher understanding, and a way to kind of clear up and really be practical and pragmatic with what it is that you're doing, what your viewpoint is going to shift and change and whatnot. Because, you know, this is Mercury, this is, you know, this is the ruler of your 3rd house anyway, of how you think. So be cognizant of, you know, your relationships with other people and how they can help clear up and affect that, the fogginess that's happening in that 9th house, and then the confusion that's happening with your routines or your body, or your, even your mental health. That's a thing too. So then for Leo and for Leo rising, Venus with the South Node in your 5th house squaring Neptune in your 8th house. This can see, you know, this can, and then Mercury in the 6th in sextile with the 8th. So this can, for Leo, some Leos specifically, depending on where, you know, your natal Neptune is, and, you know, your natal Jupiter is, because they're both rulers of your 8th house. This could see you actually a little bit of fogginess and confusion around something that's happening with your children or with your romantic partnerships. But the Mercury in the 6th house, your mind is on your daily routines, possibly how you want to change your daily routines to be able to free up and be able to really be in that meshed partnership with other people. This could be other people giving you money for some creative hobbies and endeavors that you really enjoy doing, or maybe that Mercury in sextile with Neptune from your 6th to your 8th. This is you being of service to someone else with that 8th house, you know, institution kind of thing going on with like the occult, astrology, magic, you know, like 8th house, it's like the occult, right? It's like the Masons of the world, if I can dare say that online. But the confusion is coming from that 5th house of like your children and your romantic partnerships and fun, play, joy, the things that you love to do. Because you love to do them, could be mucking up and causing issues. There could be, even with Venus with the South Node, this could be a lover from the past coming back, or this could be money that possibly shows up But it's a little confusing as to what it is that you can do with it or what it is that you need to do with it. You know, there's a few other things with the 5th and the 8th house, but I'm not going to talk about those because I don't want to put that out there in the world, because I'm also a Leo rising, and this is me. Yeah, we're not talking about that. So anyway, this could be a spiritual growth as well, the 5th from the 8th. This is taking something that you love, something that's a hobby, you know, especially if you're born, you know, in the 70s and 80s, where you have Neptune in Sagittarius. Depending on where it is with this south node, you know, depending on if your natal Neptune is around this 19th degree, this could see you making a spiritual business out of something that's a passion of yours as well. And because Venus is activating the eclipse, this is something from the past, either, you know, your early childhood, if you don't believe in past lives, or something from a past life, some type of relationship with a past life with someone in, you know, the occult, or the that's an astrologer, or a you know, a secret society member, or, you know, something of that nature. So there is that. And there's a need with Mercury there to really focus mentally on shifting what it is that you're doing on a daily basis, and maybe even working on your health routines, and maybe even working on your physical body, to be able to support that 8th house thing that you got going on. So there's that for Leo rising. For Virgo and for Virgo rising, Venus with the South Node is in your 4th house. So this is your home, your family, your roots, your property, where you come from, the home that you're, you know, that you come from, your ancestors or your parents themselves, squaring Neptune in the 7th house. So what this could be is, this could be something coming up for you from the past, with, you know, with your home and family, with your mom even, you know, but parents in general. This could be an issue coming up with, maybe there's some fogginess and confusion around your husband or wife, or your business partners, or your clients even, around something to do with that home. You know, hopefully it's not creepy stalker kind of things, but you know, that can happen. But there could be this something coming back from the past, some type of relationship. Maybe you find out, you know, about money from your parents, or maybe your parents gift you money, or your spouse's parents gift money, right? Like there could be something along those lines. You know, depending on other placements and whatnot, depends on how this could actually shape up for you. But the Mercury in sextile with Neptune from your 5th house, this could be, you know, I mean, for some Virgos, this could be popping the question, right? 5th house to the 7th, this could be really wanting to take your relationship, that romantic partnership, that fun, that loving, you know, sexy romance that you have or have had, and taking it to that next level by proposing and joining, right? Because the 7th house is where you sign on the dotted line when you get married, right? So there could be that. There could be even taking something that's fun for you, that's a hobby, and turning it into a business and getting clients for it, right? So that could be something along those lines as well, something that you're really passionate about, and getting clients from that. And maybe even this Venus with the South Node, this is you working from home in partnership with other people to, you know, get those clients that you really want, and have this fun that you want to have, and make it a business at the same time. Because when you know, when you do something that you love, it's not really work, even though you're getting paid for it, right? Like it's kind of one of those euphoric kind of things. So that is for Virgo and for Virgo rising. For Libra and Libra rising, Venus with the South Node is happening in your 3rd house of how you think, how you speak, how you communicate, also your local community and your vehicles, in squaring Neptune in the 6th house of, you know, your daily routines, your health habits, something like that. This could be, I mean, be careful. You could be driving around in a fog and get into a fender bender. Some of you, that's a thing, either an actual fog or like a foggy brain kind of thing. Neptune is in your 6th house. It's been in your 6th house for a while, and it will be for a while more, kind of mucking up and kind of giving you that dreamy quality in terms of your daily routines and the things that you do. It's kind of dissolving what it is that you're doing out in the world and your health and your wellness and things like that. But Venus with the South Node, there could be a past communication that happened that's coming up that's going to affect your daily routines. It's going to affect how it is, what it is that you're doing on a daily basis. And with Mercury, this could be support coming from your home, coming from your family, coming from your parents even, to support you on that daily level, to support your health even. Maybe you find out that maybe you've recently done, or a while ago did whatever, like a 23andMe or like an ancestry.com or something like that. And then something comes in from the past where you learn about another relative that you had, and there could be, from the past, something coming in. This is your ruler though, in the 3rd. Like maybe you're communicating with these people, and it's affecting, you learn that, you have some type of health condition or something like that, that is, or you can help someone that realizes that they have a health condition and you've already dealt with it, kind of thing. There can be that as well. What else? Sorry, I'm trying to think. I'm really tired today. I'm actually filming this on Christmas, and my children were up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I am like, I usually get up and film around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on Fridays. But today it's just, yeah, they're gone to the farm right now. So I'm able to do this, and I'm glad I'm able to do this. Yeah, there's something going on with your communication, with your routines. Maybe there's a communication that comes in from the past that that's surrounding your roots and your home and your family and your property, even, that needs to change, something to do with your routines, and kind of dissolve anything that is no longer serving you or anything like that. So for Scorpio and Scorpio rising, this Venus with the South Node is in your 2nd house of your finances, and squaring Neptune in your 5th house. So this could be, this could be a revenue stream that's coming back from the past, or, because this is an eclipse activation as well, this could be something that you've thought about previously in the past and you're bringing it forward now. It's maybe you're even bringing a relationship. There's a relationship coming back from the past in order to how you make your money and the finances that you gain through your independent means. And there's kind of like this, I don't know, I kind of like this for Scorpio risings, because even though it's, it's a square, it's still growth potential, especially with the 5th house. This is fun. This is play. This is something that you enjoy doing just because you enjoy doing it, and you're possibly able to make money with it. And turning it, especially if it's a spiritual business or a spiritual practice, a spiritual source of revenue that could be coming in, because Neptune does have that spiritual connotation to it. And, Mercury in sextile from the 3rd house of thinking, speaking, communicating, maybe you're going to be communicating as well about a passion of yours that you are, you love to do it, and you're able to communicate that you're going to be creating this business with it as well. So there is that for Scorpios. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. But the 2nd house, the 2nd house is also your sense of self-worth. So there's something going on that's kind of maybe affecting your self-worth. I'm just thinking of this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction also that just happened in your 4th house. So some of you Scorpios, dare I say this, some of you Scorpio rising, especially Scorpio rising, I know it doesn't have anything to do with the actual events that are happening right now, but this is kind of, it does, because I can see it happening for some of you. With Venus with the South Node, this is a relationship coming back from that second house to the fifth house. And with Neptune in the fifth house, Jupiter is also going to move into your fifth house later next year. But with Saturn, okay, Saturn and Jupiter, Saturn is the ruler of your third and your fourth house. But that being said, I feel like some of you, just based on the astrology that's coming up, this could be a conversation for some of you, not all of you, because obviously this is, you know, this is a general forecast and the rest of your chart would have to be looked at. But for some of you Scorpio risings, this could be you starting the conversation with your romantic partner about getting pregnant or about having a baby. For others of you, this would be about something to do with a lover, period, or a, you know, a fun thing that you love to do, talking about it and possibly doing it, you know, behind the scenes at home or something like that as well. But for some of you, I definitely see children possibly coming up, and there's a conversation that needs to happen, especially with Mercury in Capricorn right now, of how you think, how you speak, how you communicate, you know, and that is your third house, and Mercury is communicating, and Mercury rules your 11th house, and it also rules your 8th house of where you're merged with other people. So that's definitely, I mean, with everything going on with the long-term transits that are happening, that could be a thing for Scorpios, deciding that they're going to have children or even adopt, because, you know, Mercury does rule your 11th house, and there is an adopting kind of thing with 11th house, because it's the opposite end of the 5th house, which is children that you have. There is that too. So just so you're aware. And this is like the starting point of a conversation coming back from the past that you want to have surrounding children, or surrounding, you know, whether or not you're able to afford to have children as well. That second house is your money and materials and your possessions and things like that. So maybe there's something that needs to happen with that as well. That's just for some of you. So that is Scorpio and Scorpio rising. For Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, Venus with the South Node is happening in your sign. And it's in square with Neptune in the 4th house. So there could be some confusion in relationship. This could be a relationship coming back from the past that's going to affect what it is that you're coming home to, or there could be some fogginess or confusion around what exactly you're coming home to. That Mercury, though, in sextile with Neptune in your 4th house, I mean, Mercury rules your descendant, right? This is your contractual relationships. So this could be working from home for you to make that money, right? So the 2nd and the 4th is money that comes in of your own volition, and the 4th house is your home and your family and your roots and your property. So there could be talk about moving home. There could be talk, you know, with that Mercury is speaking of possessions and things that you value on the home front, and, you know, kind of, I would say, try to keep it very clear and concise as to what it is that you're trying to speak, because with, you know, with Mercury in that 2nd house, this is also your sense of self-worth and what you value. And with Mercury in that 2nd house, which rules your descendant, this is possibly you talking about, you know, what you value in terms of clients, or the client type of clients that you want to have from your home-based business, if that's applicable to you. However, if that's not applicable to you, then the Venus with the South Node in your sign, this could be, you know, I mean, Venus coming through the ascendant for anyone is always nice. It's always an easy kind of thing. With the South Node, there could be some type of, you know, physical body. This could be some type of beautification process that is coming back from the past, and making yourself feel really, you know, beautiful or valued in some way, because Venus is also has that connotation as well of value. But in square with that fourth house, this is, you know, you in relationship with, maybe you're trying to sell a property, or maybe you're trying to buy a property. That could be a thing too. Maybe there's a little bit of fogginess and confusion around what it is that's going on the home, or what it is that you need to do around the home, or what it is that, how it is that you're adding value to as well to the home. There is that as well for Sagittarius people. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I got for you. And also though, Venus rules your 11th house of your friends. So maybe, you know, a friend comes to stay with you at your home too. And it's kind of like confusing, like, whoa, okay, well, what are you doing here? You know? And it really helps you, because maybe they start to pay rent for you, you know, that could be a thing too for some Sagittarius people as well. For Capricorn and for Capricorn rising, Venus with the South Node is happening in your 12th house. So South Node, 12th house, similar energy. Venus with the South Node, this could be the ending of a relationship, because this is the 12th house is endings, right? The 12th house is like final, complete. It's gone completely away from the world. You know, in square with Neptune in your 3rd house, this could be you speaking. Oh, for some Capricorns, I mean, if you're in the business, Capricorn, and you're one of these Capricorn risings that's like a psychic kind of thing, or you do, you know, something to do with that 12th house theme of, you know, either working in a prison, working in a brothel, working, you know, behind the scenes or behind the curtain, as they say. And maybe you're a medium of some kind, and so you're speaking things that are coming through that 12th house, you know. You're speaking and communicating to do with, you know, money and relationships and things like that. Or maybe there's some hidden money that's coming back from the past that you need to do something with. With Mercury, though, in your sign, in sextile with Neptune, this is you speaking, especially Mercury, right? Mercury is in your sign. This could be you speaking about, you know, things from the past. This could be you speaking and understanding, or working with someone, working with a sibling. I mean, for some of you, this could be that maybe a sibling passes on. I don't like saying stuff like that, but I mean, the 12th house, it does have that connotation to it. This for very few of you, you know, and whatnot, but this could be, I'm trying to think of something positive for the 12th house. I mean, spiritual business would be one. Mediumship would be another, you know, being in contact with other realms, other planes of existence, other worldly things that, you know, things far away, foreign countries, even like very foreign, like, you know, across the world, other dimensions, even 12th house does have that connotation as well. So maybe this could see you speaking to something like that as well, or maybe you talking with a sibling that has this ability as well. So there could be that for Capricorns. For Aquarius and for Aquarius rising, Venus with the South Node is in your 11th house of your friends and your social circle. So maybe someone from the past, someone that you know, someone that really added value to what it is that you were doing out in the world comes back. But there's kind of this, like, are they coming back? Is this a relationship that's coming back to offer you value of, you know, money? kind of like that Neptunian dissolving of the second house funds. This could, this could be you recircling around a humanitarian effort that you are really passionate about, and you want to maybe start a charity or some type of fund to do with that more humanitarian. I mean, because Venus is in the 11th house, this is humanitarianism as well. And I mean, Aquarius, is the natural ruler of the 11th house. So this could see you working in partnership or working with people that are, on the internet, or this could see you working with people that are, what's the word I want to use? I just had the word. Sorry, on the tip of my tongue. So this could see you working in partnership with someone on something that you wanted to implement in the past, but for whatever reason it didn't work. But now you're re-implementing it with that, with that South Node. A relationship or a contractual partnership is coming back from the past, and you're able to implement it now and maybe start a charity or a charitable organization or even a nonprofit organization. And with Mercury in your 12th house, I mean, that's more Neptunian energy in a sextile with your second house. Maybe this, you're starting it, but you're working with someone from very far away on this project. Or maybe you are, you're getting, insight and intellect and downloads to understand what it is that you need to do with your finances as well, to kind of clear those up and to make it so that it's tangible, because Neptune has been in your second house for a while, kind of like dissolving any money that you make. You want to make it physical, to make it tangible, to make it real. And to do that, you want to work with someone at a distance, and maybe someone's coming in from your social networks that's going to be able to help you with that as well. So there is that for Aquarius people. For Pisces people, Venus with the South Node is in your 10th house. So this could be something coming back from the past in terms of career, or how it is that you were known. Maybe something that you did from the past comes back to haunt you, maybe, but it's squaring Neptune in your first house. So this is kind of like fogginess and confusion as to, you are being like fogged and confused and whatnot, or you're known. Maybe you're working with someone from the past to really push your spiritual business to that next level, because the 10th and the 1st, that could see that as well. With Mercury coming into that sextile, this could be someone from your social group, someone of a mercurial nature, either a Virgo or a Gemini as well, coming in and working with you from that friends group, from that social group, from, the organizations that you are a part of, and working with you specifically to help you get a better understanding of what's going on in that 10th house as well. Right. So that could be seen for Pisces rising people for this week. So there is that. And that's pretty much all I got. So I am going to stop the share, and I am going to talk to you about this. And I really hope that everyone has a good week. Try to, if you're going to escape, try not to do it too much, right? Try to relax a little bit. Try to, if you're gonna do anything of the escaping kind, maybe try to meditate. But Neptunian things, I know what's helped me. It was recommended by one of my teachers, Heather Eland. Give a shout out to her, because she's a great astrologer, and she also dabbles in a few other things too behind the scenes. But she does have on her site, on her YouTube, Bach flower remedies. She does talk extensively about those in a couple of webinars that she did. And I can tell you that I use the rescue remedy, and I use a couple of others as well. Off the top of my head, I don't know what they are, but if you're going to be with that Neptunian thing and you want to get that clarity, the rescue remedy is a good one to use as well. Just 2 drops in a bottle of water and you're good to go. It doesn't take a lot with the homeopathy. But then, like, I would say meditation, spiritual practice, yoga, anything like that, that if you want to escape, you're not going to escape in such a way as it's going to be detrimental to your health, just so you're aware. So I would say try to not escape it with drugs or alcohol or anything like that. And I mean, you know, binge watching Netflix, whatever. I do it. So I have some Neptunian qualities as well. So I hope you enjoyed this forecast. Like, share, subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next week. All right.